Back again for more, eh? Well, I don't blame you, because these guides are pretty dope. What's up, world? Kong here, and today we're going to be discussing how to gear up for raid. In our last guide, we talked about how to level up fast. Now we want to maximize our potential by wearing the best possible gear that we can afford. So without further ado, let's get it! So where did we start? Well, let's start with Ragman. Everything I'm going to be talking about here requires you to have Ragman to at least level 2. So grind to level 15 and spend that money. Why start at level 2 and not 1? Well, because Ragman level 1 sells only level 2 armor, and it's honestly not what you want to bring in. Most budget bullets can pierce that armor, and you have an increased chance of losing a firefight because you're not wearing good armor. I would consider armor class 3 to be the bare minimal when preparing to go into raid. So let's start with helmets at Ragman level 2. Arguably, one of the most important aspects of a helmet is how well you can hear while wearing it. Especially on maps like custom shoreline and woods, it's important to hear footsteps or if someone just bristled through some bushes. The helmets that give you the best protection while still letting you wear contacts are LZSH Light Helmet and the 6B43 helmet. You can also wear the penis helmet. Wait, shit, I forgot. There's an actual name for it. Hold on, 6SSH or something like that? Anyways, yeah, those are the 3 best helmets that you can get right now. Of those 3, the LZSH Light Helmet is the best. It is the most expensive, of course, but this helmet allows you to wear face shields, contacts, and even ear protection. Of course, it has a tactical piece up top in case people want to wear night vision goggles with it as well. The 6B43 helmet is the middleman because it offers the same capabilities except you can't wear a face shield. The tactical piece up top allows you to mount night vision, and you can also hear very well because you can wear contacts. These 2 helmets offer the most protection, and they're the most affordable tier 3 armor that you can wear, and they cover the top, nape, and ears. Of course, the cheapest option is the 6SSH helmet because it covers less of your head. It only covers the top and the nape and not the ears. This helmet does have a high chance for ricochet though, and you can wear contacts with it, so it's actually not that bad of a helmet to wear in the raid. Now mind you, you still can't put night vision on or a face shield on, so of course that's also something that makes it a lot cheaper as well. The other helmet that I didn't mention is the Khyber Helmet. Now the Khyber Helmet does give you level 3 protection and you can wear a face shield with it, but you can't wear contacts with it, and really the hearing in that helmet is just terrible. So I wouldn't wear that helmet unless you're pretty committed to, say, factory, but other than that I would never take a Khyber Helmet into raid. You can though sell those for a bunch of money, so if you kill somebody with it, always take that out of raid. Moving on, best armor vest. So the best armor vest that you can get for Ragman level 2 would be the 6B23-1. It has 60 hit points and covers the thorax and stomach. It's armor class 3, so it stops most budget gun rounds. This is your bread and butter armor until you get Ragman level 3. Yes, it's 42k, but it's money well spent. This armor is pretty cheap to repair, so if you get out of raid and you're pretty banged up, it shouldn't cost you anything over like 8,000 rupees to repair the whole thing, unless it's completely zeroed out. This armor also covers your thorax and stomach, so it's pretty good at stopping most bullets, and you won't get one shot by, say, like a shotgun scav. This other armor that you can get from Ragman, it's called the 6B2 armor. Don't wear it, it will likely get you killed. It's level 2 armor and it's just trash. Now the other 2 armors you can trade for. The Karasa armor is actually great because it's level 3 and it has 80 hit points. It covers your stomach and thorax and is decently cheap to repair. Now the other armor, the MF Untar, is your last option. Really, when bringing in armor, it's armor class level 3 and has 45 hit points, but you are very easily seen by other players when wearing this armor. Even when wearing a decent sized rig, you light up like a blueberry. I would only suggest wearing this when you have to do quests. Save this armor for those occasions because you will have a lot of quests to do with this armor. For Peacekeeper most of the time. Now your best tactical rigs are going to be the Triton and the Commando. They're going to be your bread and butter rigs because both have a container size of 16 and allow you to carry an adequate amount of gear. Both of these rigs have a container size of 16, meaning you have 8 double slots for your magazines or for extra loot. Now your best armor rigs, actually the 6B516 and the 6B3TM are great, because the 6B516 is armor class 3 and the 3TM is class 4. Both armor rigs cover the thorax and stomach. The only downside to these rigs is the container size. Both of these armors do not offer much capacity for mags or picking up extra stuff, but are truly great for budget rounds on reserve. But when you can get Ragman to level 3, you may want to consider armor rigs with bigger container sizes. Now the best armor rig you can trade for is the Tach Ring. The Tach Ring is level 5 armor class and covers only the thorax, but this is a great rig to take into reserve as it has a high armor class for dealing with high level players and raiders. 18 container space makes it slightly bigger than the Triton, which is great for taking extra items out of raid. Now moving on to backpacks, level 2 is when you can buy a decent sized bag, which is a briquette or a scav backpack. Both have the same container size of 20, but the scav backpack has a speed penalty of minus 80%, making the briquette the better but more expensive option. You can decide for yourself if the movement speed is a big factor for you or not early on. You can trade for a tri-zip using 4 energy saving lamps, and honestly, when you finally get to level 20 or so, this should be your minimum bag that you bring in. It has a container size of 30 and it allows you to have a good amount of room to manage your loot when you kill a player or 2 and pick up extra guns. Now Ragman level 3, this is finally when you get armor and rigs that you should be legitimately taking in all the time. Ideally, you don't want to wear anything under class 4 armor when you plan on going to areas where they're going to be high level PMCs, which is basically everywhere now in this patch. If you need to wear contacts while sporting a helmet, the ACCHC Striker is going to be your best friend. This helmet is tier 4 armor class and will save you from a decent selection of high powered bullets. Although if you get hit in the middle of the face, like with most helmets without a face shield, you're dead anyways, so it's important to assess the situation. Are you going to woods or shoreline? Then it's probably ideal to wear this helmet because you're going to be in mid-range fights. But if you go into labs or factory, you may want to consider a helmet that protects your face as well. A class 4 helmet that provides this type of protection would be a ZSH 1M. This is your best budget class 4 armor with face shield. The face shield is level 3, meaning it will stop shotgun slugs from destroying your face. Now, the only downside to this is that you can't wear contacts with this helmet. If you're in labs or factory, then that's not as big of a deal. But when you're in a more spread out situation and there's a lot more open area, then you're kind of vulnerable. So again, it's going to be up to you on what helmets you choose, but again, you want to be making sure that you are fit for the right situation. Now these next 2 helmets are expensive from Ragman. They're both over 100k, but basically they're the most versatile helmets. So let's get into this. So the first helmet I'm going to talk about is the BNTI LSHZ helmet. It's basically a better ZSH 1M helmet. This helmet has a couple more options that could make you want to wear it. It has the ability to put tactical gear on, such as night vision, and a helmet cover that reduces glare off the helmet. And you can also wear night vision with this helmet. Note, if you wear night vision, you cannot wear a face shield. I've personally never worn this helmet because it deafens your hearing, and if you need all of the tactical gear, then there's a much better helmet for that. The Fast MT helmet is probably the bread and butter selection for all high level PMCs. This helmet, when fully put together, allows you to wear side armor and a mandible, which gives you optimal coverage of your entire head. You can also wear the Fast MT headset, which you can put together with this entire setup. This helmet is expensive, and if you wear all the additional pieces, this could end up costing you close to 200,000. Moving on to body armor. So your best body armors now are going to be the 6B13 and the 6B23-2. They're going to be the most affordable armors now, and they're both level 4. The only difference is the orange one, the 6B23-2, has a few more hit points, 55 versus 47. Now, best armor you can buy is actually the Fort Redoubt Armor M. This is class 5 armor with 57 hit points, but it comes with a hefty price tag. This is arguably one of the best armors in the game, reason being is because it's high class light armor. We'll come back to the whole light armor thing at Ragman level 4, but right now I just need you to know that this armor is amazing. And if you can afford it, I'd bring it in when you're running the Shoreline Resort, Reserve, if you don't have a Red Rebel, Labs, and even Customs if you plan on taking over the dorms. Now, if you can't afford this armor, you have 2 great options. You can trade for Giselle Armor, which is class 5 armor with 65 hit points, or Gen 4 high mobility. These both are also light armor, just meaning that you have the least amount effect on your mobility. In my opinion, the Giselle is going to be the easiest to trade for, and the trade is actually worth it, as it's 2 gold chains and 3 coffees. The Gen 4, in my opinion, is not worth it because it's 10 GP coins, and a GP coin is worth about 40k. Do the math at 10, and that would be at about 400,000. You're better off selling them and getting the Rita armor. Moving on to tactical rigs. Basically all the tac rigs from level 3 Ragman are great. The thing that you're going to be most interested in at this point is how many quad slots your tactical rig has. The best rigs that you can get at this point is going to be the Alpha and the Black Rock. It's important for a rig to have a quad slot because that means you can A, reload a gun with a quad slot clip like a 73 round AK mag, or put extremely valuable quad slot items there to save room in your bag for. Now Ragman also has a tactical rig that you can trade for, and it's called the Belt. It trades for a teapot, and it's actually a decent trade, but in my opinion the Belt sucks. Even though it has the most slot capacity at this time, the actual rig slots are terrible. It has 6 dual slots and the rest are single slot holes, which is kinda bad since most valuable items are 2 to 4 slots. You could just bring an extra big bag in, like an Attack 2 Raider or Blackjack, to make up for this and manage all of your single slot items in your belt. To me, I don't know if it's worth it, but that's really going to be your judgment call on whether or not you want to run that setup. Now, armor rigs. These are what I constantly bring into reserve, and these rigs I'm about to show you are great for reserve because they have high class armor and have good slot capacity. I'm going to be showing these from least to greatest, but just know they're all at a very similar level at this point. The first I had to put down is the TV-103 rig. This is class 4 armor rig with 85 hit points and has 2 quad slots with a container size of 23. The only downfall is it only covers your thorax and leaves your stomach wide open. Even though this is probably my go-to tac rig, I have to put it at last because of the areas that the armor covers. Now we have the A18. Now this trades for 3 whiskeys, and honestly it isn't that bad, as whiskey goes for about 33k a pop and can only be traded for this item or an M4 from Mechanic. The A18 has a container size of 25 and has 80 hit points. It only covers the thorax, so be wary when using this. Next, we have the tactical M2 rig. This rig has 60 hit points, level 4 armor with a container size of 18. This rig covers both the stomach and thorax. Now the next is the M1 tac rig because it's level 4 and has 65 hit points. It also has 20 slots, which covers both your stomach and thorax. And of course, the best of these is going to be your AVS. Level 4 armor with 70 hit points and 23 slots. Covers both stomach and thorax, and this rig also has 2 quad slots, making it the ideal rig to take into reserve. The easiest to acquire in my opinion is the TV-103. Once you get your laboratory to level 3, you can craft bleach and make shampoo, which are the trade items for this rig. If you get efficient enough, you can just find all the materials in raid and not spend a dime on a good rig. Moving on to backpacks, level 3 you can finally buy the tri-zip instead of trading it, but that's about the only advantage to Ragman level 3. I would not trade for the Attack 2, as the sugar itself is worth as much as the bag. Plus, you use that for the moonshine, so don't waste it on your Attack 2. If you really have to, just buy it off the market. You can buy the mechanism bag as well from Ragman, but that bag is trash. Do not buy it. I promise you'll end up screwing yourself trying to loot bodies with this bag because of the way the container size is set up. So moving on to Ragman level 4, we're going to be talking about the last helmets that you can unlock. So one of the best helmets for sure in game is the Atlin Helmet. Now what separates this helmet from the others is that it's actually class 5 armor all the way around, and that includes the face shield. Now why that's so big is because, for example, on an airframe or any other helmet that takes the normal long face shield, it's class 3, meaning that if it's a high penetrating bullet or a high level PMC, they're probably going to shoot through your face mask, although not as easily. But with the Atlin, if they are not literally shooting the best bullets for the gun, they're not going to pierce your helmet, and a lot of times that really can save your life. Now the ULAC helmet is level 4 armor instead of level 5 like the Atlin, And what's great about this one is that it actually covers your ears, unlike the ACCH Striker helmet, which covers the top and nape. And you can also wear contacts with these, which is super important, obviously, when you're going to woods or shoreline. Now, the Vulcan is the most expensive helmet that you can buy, obviously for the reason of that it's tier 6 armor. Now, with this, you can't wear contacts, but I'm pretty sure you can wear a face shield with it. I've just never gone ahead and put the helmet on. Reason why is because when you get Peacekeeper level 4, you can get the X-File helmets. Now, the X-File helmets and Airframe helmet is something exclusively that Peacekeeper sells. Ragman does not have these helmets, and they are the creme de la creme when it comes to Tarkov helmets. Reason why is because the black one you can wear ear covers and a face shield with, but with the orange one or the coyote one, you can only wear earmuffs and sword-ins with it. So it's not as versatile, and for $60-$80 more, you're better off just getting the black one because you're forking out that money anyways. Now, the Airframe is actually better than the coyote, and it's $100 cheaper, and the reason is because you can wear a full face shield and you can get chops with the helmet, which covers your jaw and your ears. This is the moment you've been waiting for, right? Well, I hate to break it to you, but I hope you've been saving up your trade items because all these armors are trades, but they are the best armors in game. So starting off, Gen 4 Assault Armor. This is probably your best option if you plan on staying semi-light with great protection. Level 5 armor, full protection, covers your thorax, stomach, and both arms. 68 hit points. You'll notice a slight mobility change, but for the armor this brings, it's worth every penny. Now, the next on this list is full Gen 4 armor. Now, this is level 5 armor with full protection. Does the same thing, it covers your thorax, stomach, and both armors, but it has 80 hit points instead of 68. The only downside is your mobility is significantly hindered at minus 33%. This is an armor I would only take into factory or labs, somewhere where I plan on being in tight close quarter combat. Now, the Fort Rita T5 armor is level 5 protection, covers your thorax, stomach, and both arms, and has 95 hit points. Again, downside is mobility. This one has even more mobility speed reduction at minus 37%. Now, arguably one of the best armors in the game is the Zukov 6A armor. Now, this is level 6 armor with 75 hit points. Covers the stomach and thorax, and this armor is great because it's also lighter than Gen 4 Assault, meaning it feels a lot like light armor and you have all the mobility. Now, the next armor that's even higher tier than this is the 6B 43 armor. This is level 6 armor with 75 hit points. Covers your stomach, thorax, and both arms. Minus 40% movement speed though. So now that we've gone over all the armor and gear that matters to take into raid, I'm going to start giving you guys some example loadouts that you could take in for each map. So here's your first budget loadout that you can take in. We got your PP helmet, the 6B 23-1 armor, and a Triton ray gun. It's really up to you what gun you want to bring in, but I thought I'd just sport a pistol for this just so you get the idea. Obviously a briquette should be basically the minimal bag that you take in, so bring that in at least, or you want to of course bring in a tri-zip. Best maps to take this on is going to be like customs, shoreline, and woods. As you can see, you're pretty camouflaged, so being out in the open is actually pretty suitable for this kit. Now say you want to go into customs and you want to fight other PMCs, don't have a whole lot of money but a decent amount that you can actually do a little bit of something. This is the kit that I would rock. I would rock a Karasa and the LZSH light helmet with a face shield. So main reason why is because when you're going into dorms, it's pretty close quarter combat, and having the face shield is definitely going to help save you from people with SMGs and shotguns. It's not going to save you from the high level players with VSSs or an M4 on hand. Those players, if you don't shoot them first, are probably going to kill you. But this loadout gives you a fighting chance to take on most players and scavs that you encounter. So say you want to go to woods or reserve. Well, personally, I like to snipe on both, and this is a kit I would take if I had a little bit extra money to spend. Here you have an ACCHC helmet on with 6B 3TM armor on and a tri-zip backpack. The reason I like this kit is because when I'm sniping, I don't need that much room in my tactical rig for my sniper mags. I'm not going in to loot with this loadout, I'm hunting other PMCs. I also can use the Red Rebel with this kit when going to reserve. This also is good for shoreline and woods as well. Now say you wanted to go decently kitted into labs or into factory. ZSH 1M helmet and an M2 tactical rig. You probably opt for a bigger bag, but the point is here is that you're level 4 all the way around. The only downfall to this kit is that you can't wear contacts with it. This gives you a pretty good chance to survive against most PMCs. Alright, now you're ready to big dig it. So you got all the money that you need and you just want to go kill things and have the best armor available to kill all the players, all the raiders, whatever it is. This is it. This is it right here. Your Shc helmet and your full Rita armor. You pretty much take this on any map. This is when you're ready to challenge other PMCs to take their loot. Now lastly, this loadout I'm going to show you is basically my preferred reserve loadout. I usually take a long range M1A with this AVS and an Shc helmet. This gives me full protection while still being able to take out PMCs from afar and not worry about raiders destroying my face, and I can pretty much take PMCs as well. So that does it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long one, but I put a lot of information in here for the newbies just because I know how frustrating this game can be. So tell me what you think. Did you love it or hate it? Leave a comment below and tell me what other Tarkov guides you'd like to see. Don't forget to subscribe to get the latest Tarkov content, and thanks for stopping by. I will see you next time.